Welcome to part 2 of the series, How to Help Your Kid Master Division with Interpreting Remainders. And we'll be looking at making sense of rounding up, which really means taking the quotient and adding 1 to it. What does that really mean for kids? And how can they take ownership of their division and interpret any problem that we give to them? So here is the question. Each van holds 9 passengers. How many vans would be needed to take 25 people on a trip to the zoo? And of course, with any of these problems, we want to start out where we have some type of real world problem that the kids can grasp hold to and they can really visualize and understanding what's happening in the problem. And so it may be that you have real world concrete objects that the kids can use, and then they use the grid paper as a recording sheet to show their thinking. And then they'll be able to make that connection when we move them on to the standard algorithm or some other algorithm where they're only using numerals, but they have this foundation to fall back upon. What we don't want is that kids start memorizing what to do instead of understanding what they're doing and why they are doing it. I think that these types of problems are the most fun because you can develop a whole scenario around it and really have the students to problem solve and think about what they would do and why they would do it. Instead of teaching the problem, you're teaching them to think through a problem like this. So with this, if I'm doing it and I have real world objects, and you could have cars or whatever you want, and then cubes to represent the people and separate these. And so what they should see is that each time they make a group of 9, they have created a full van, a completely full van. And so they need to subtract off the number of people who are in that van to determine how many they have left to put in additional vans. This is the language, this is the thinking that needs to be explained, or you need to pull out of the kids as they are working through these problems. They need to think through them. This is where the whole problem solving piece comes in. And so the question is, how many total vans are needed to take all 25 people? And how many passengers will be on the third van? How many more passengers will need to fill the van? All of this, you want them thinking about that, because then when we take them to that algorithm, then they have to divide the 25 divided by 9. They know that they're dividing those 25 people. That's the dividend. They know that 9 people represents the number of people that are in each van, a completely filled van, and that they have 2 completely full vans, and there are 7 people on the third van. And interpreting that division all the way through, they know that on those completely filled vans are 18 people. That is the level of thinking that we want kids to have to interpret division from the beginning of that problem all the way to the end. And so they are understanding what they're doing and why they're doing it. And doing this without the concrete objects, we just have the grid paper where they create 25 dots to represent the number of people, the dividend. And they're going to take these number of people and they're going to divide them into groups of 9. So in the first van, they make 9 people on that van. So that's 1 complete group. The second van will be 9 more people, which is 2 complete groups, but they still have more people. So each time they're making complete groups and they are interpreting the remainder. And so in that last group, they have 7 people. That's the third van. The conversation that comes from this is the crucial thing. And so when they are putting this into that standard algorithm, then they understand what it means. This is a foundation that they need to have. This is Tony, your MathWise coach. If this video helped you at all, be sure to like, follow, and share. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you need any PD, go ahead, look me up. I'm setting up PD as we speak. I'll see you next time.